Welcome, our dear Jin Shin Jyutsu friends from all over the world. We are here today with our dear instructor, Philomena Dooley. Welcome, Philomena.
Thank you, Ali, and welcome everybody.
It's such a pleasure and an honor to have you here for the We Are One series. Thank you
Oh, thank
for
you. Thank
accepting
you.
our invitation.
Yeah, I'm always a nervous wreck when I start.
Oh, thank technology.
Well, welcome to everybody. Today, I thought that it would be good if we had a look at our main central vertical flow. For those who are new or have not experienced Jin Shin Jyutsu, just simply follow along. You'll get the hang of it. Uh, and I just wanted to let people know um, when we are giving ourselves our main central vertical flow, our self help main central vertical flow, we are covering a lot. So, the main central vertical flow is very meaningful. It's a very meaningful exercise. And I go through it every morning. I make it a habit of don't leave bed without it. It's like if you happen to get up and get going without giving yourself a main central vertical flow, it's like not having your cup of coffee. So it gives you a good start to the day. So the main central vertical flow is our total harmonizer. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, it helps to harmonize what we call the endocrine system. And the endocrine system is a chain of glands that follow the same area as what we call chakras. So the endocrine system is called the glandular system. It has different names. And Paracelsus referred to the endocrine chain as a magnetic field, a means of storing and regulating magnetic energy. So in our Jin Shin Jyutsu world, it is our vital life force for the total being. And so we will just go through the little exercise and spend a few moments at each place. But for yourself, later you can spend more time on each of the areas. I usually like to spend a little more time on the first step. And the first step happens to be placing your right hand on the center and the top of your head. Now, you can use the palms of your fingers or the whole palm of your hand. I'm comfortable when I use my fingers. And then with the left hand, I hold between the eyebrows. Now, those of you who are familiar with Jin Shin Jyutsu know that we have what we call the depths, the cycles of energy within the body. And when we are placing our right hand on the top of the head and the left hand between the eyebrows, we are actually accessing our fifth depth. And our fifth depth is one of the depths that is completely protected in the body. For instance, our heart is in the fifth depth. And the fifth depth is, of course, the heart is already taken care of inside of our rib cage. It's protected. So on the top of the head and between the eyebrows, we're accessing this fifth depth. And in this fifth depth is we have many, many important messengers. So if you wish, you can keep your hand up there, but it's like, can you talk and chew gum at the same time? I'm going to take my hands down. just keep an eye on Ali. He will keep his hands there. Okay. So some of the areas that we are covering when we have our right hand on the top of the head and between the eyebrows. We're helping the pineal gland, the pituitary gland, the thalamus, the hypothalamus. And these are vital. They're really the foundation of our energy, the foundation of everything within the body. And so when particularly the pituitary gland, it's the master gland. It's the one that controls the hormones that go to all the various organs in the body. So the thalamus and the hypothalamus work in partnership with the pituitary gland. The one thing about the hypothalamus is that it actually controls our metabolic system, and it is the one that controls our temperature. Our temperature is regulated at 98.6 Fahrenheit, and that's one of the major functions of the hypothalamus, is to maintain this body temperature. I made a few notes to myself here because memory's not as good as it used to be. Okay. Excuse me.
Philomena,
Yes.
while you search for your notes, there's a question here. If you can't hold your hand in the top of the head because your arm hurts, is there any other option?
Oh, sure. But one of the things you can do is when you're in bed, lying in bed, you put a pillow under your arm and just rest the pillow on it. Or if you're in a chair like I am right now, you can just lean back sometimes. But putting a pillow under your arm, of course, you can put your hand anywhere along the main center as well. Like, for instance, holding the thyroid, or maybe in the center of the back of the head may be comfortable. So right between your fours in here would be comfortable. That's if you can actually bend the arm.
Mhm.
You do what's most comfortable for yourself. Switching hands might work also.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay. Yeah.
So back to the notes.
So back to my notes. Let's see. Yeah. So let's see here. Yeah, one of the functions of the thalamus is to regulate heart rate, blood pressure. Holding this area here is like having our diuretic, controlling water balance. Because we have our kidney, our bladder function energy that is stimulated right through here. Okay. So then we have our thyroid and parathyroids. And our thyroid is like a little butterfly that sits on your throat there. And it's the controller of our vitality and growth. And the pituitary gland is the one that controls the thyroid and the parathyroid. Okay. And then further down, we have our thymus. The thymus gland is right between the breasts, between our 13s. I'll go back, the parathyroids actually are very important for our nervous system. They absorb calcium, and calcium is nutritious for our nervous system. And then the thymus, of course, regulates child growth and also mental development. It balances us physically and mentally. And so people who may have an inferiority complex or insecurities, the thymus gland will help to rectify those conditions. And then we go from there down to what we call the solar plexus. And our solar plexus is exactly what it says. It is the area between the 14s, collecting all the sun energy, bringing it into our waistline, and our waistline is helping us with our adrenals, our lymphatic system, our spleen function is very important for our nervous system. So when we're holding our solar plexus, we're helping everything that's in the waistline, our liver, our pancreas, our spleen, our stomach, and also the adrenal glands. And the pituitary is very much involved with helping the pituitary. The pituitary gland is very important for helping the adrenals. Okay, so of course this is our fight or flight area. It has to do with the sympathetic nervous system. And so spending time on this area will help to calm the body, bring it back into balance. And then we go to just below the belly button, which we call the sixth depth, the capital B, breath of life. And then to the top of the pube. This is helping all the energy then to descend. And again, the pituitary is helping the organs of reproduction, the ovaries, the testes, etc. And then when we're finishing the main central vertical flow, we take our right hand from the top of the head and place it at our coccyx. So we finish off with holding our pube and coccyx.
Philomena?
Yeah.
I think I distracted you, and people were asking about the nose.
Oh, of course, the reproductive.
I apologize. I distracted you.
No, it's okay. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, no. This helps our reproductive system. Yeah. Yeah. So right hand on the top of the head. So let's go through it with a little less chat. Right hand on the top of the head, left hand between the eyebrows. Harmonizing all that's going on inside the head. Then we take our left hand and just touch the septum of the nose, the tip of the nose. And this is helping our reproductive system. What do I mean by reproductive system? Actually, the kidney function energy is in charge of our reproductive system, and kidney function energy passes through here. Then we go to the V of the neck, the top of the manubrium. The manubrium is the upper part of the sternum, and there's a little divot there. We refer to it as the V of the neck. And this is helping our thyroid. Our thyroid is on either side. We're helping our thyroid, and then we have our 4 parathyroids. And then we slide down to our Thymus Gland. This is where our T cells are manufactured, in the Thymus Gland. Sometimes when children are not maturing, they're given growth hormones. Well, this is the growth hormone. So if their thymus was stimulated, they probably would not need artificial stimulation. We house a lot of guilt and all kinds of negatives in here, so it's helping the heart, it's helping the lungs. And then we come down to our solar plexus. I don't know if you can see solar plexus. Right between the 14s, the waistline. Helping our adrenals, helping our liver, helping our pancreas, helping our stomach, helping our spleen, helping the whole digestive system. And just below the belly button is the capital B breath of life. Some people call it the Dantian. So it's just below the belly button, and then go to the top of the pube, and then the right hand coming around to the coccyx as a finish. And there we have our main central vertical flow down the front and up the back. And this is continuous 24/7 all the time.
Wonderful. I felt my chest expanding.
Yeah, I get too nervous doing these programs.
No, I know, and that's why we're here to be the fun together.
Absolutely, absolutely.
It's challenging, it's new, but we're here to have fun, and I believe that all our friends from all over the world are having fun with us. Margaret is here in the chat saying, "Wonderful, all the gratitude from Brazil." And Diana is saying she loves the explanations because it helps to visualize what is healing.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's just not a matter of running through the main central vertical flow. It's revitalizing our entire system. I mean, if any one of the endocrine system is out of order, then the whole body's out of order. It's our magnetic system. Yes.
So when we practice it, we harmonize everything, right?
Yeah. And for those of you practicing, spend time on the first step. I usually spend more time on the first step, the top of the head and between the eyebrows, because of so many things that are going on inside the head. The head is the foundation for all our functions. And then we can spend a little less time on each of the other areas.
We have friends here saying that you are doing great. Please don't be nervous. You are so great. And Marcia is curious. How long does it take for you to do it in the morning usually?
I like to spend 15 to 20 minutes. But if I'm in a hurry, it'll be less. But most time is spent on the first step.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And also, if you do whatever your other routine is, do that first and then finish with the main central vertical flow. You'll find that it comes in, it centers everything that you've already done. Yeah. Yeah. So, and for, Self-Help Book 1, page 15, 16, and 17 has the self-help for those who wish to use it. Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful. I think this book is the book that should be in everyone's, just next to the bed.
Oh, absolutely.
You open it. Oh, okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Yeah.
It's such a treasure. Philomena, there's another student here asking you about the coccyx. What does it help when we touch the coccyx during the last step of the flow?
We're enclosing the flow. So you're up here at the top of the head, the pube, and then we're bringing the hand down so that the energy can begin ascending again. So as I mentioned, it's down the front and up the back. Oh, also, if your feet are cold or you have poor circulation in the legs, this last step of the main central vertical flow is very important to bring the circulation back. Yeah.
Wonderful. And Eleni is asking, how long do we hold each position?
You hold it until you feel a pulse. Sometimes it takes longer. That's why I'm saying whatever your other routine is first, whatever your other routine is, do it first and then finish with your main central vertical flow, and the circulation will come in much faster. So 3 minutes up here, maybe a minute or two on the nose, and a minute or two on each of the other areas of the body. Your body will tell you.
Listen, right?
Yes, yes, yeah. And of course, you don't need to have the TV on and the radio and all like that. Just relax.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. Philomena, there are so many people saying that no need to be nervous. It's just a blessing being here with you. And saying that your joy from within is so beautiful.
Well,
so we're very thankful for this opportunity.
Well, I'm the privileged one. I'm the privileged one to be able to communicate with so many people. And it's a big blessing to me. And I hope it's a blessing to everybody else.
Amen. Thank you, dear. So to our friends from all over the world, we're very grateful for your presence here.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You're very welcome. And for those of you who are our frequent viewers, the new series 5 of this We Are One program is going to start. Can you hear the birds? They're happy with the main center.
Yeah, I hear them. Right.
And we're going to start our new cycle 5 next Monday. So you can just re-enroll completely free, just easily click on the icon that is above the chat, and we will keep receiving our notifications for the upcoming weeks. So on behalf of Jin Shin Jyutsu, Philomena, I thank you from the bottom of our hearts, and we hope to see you soon again.
Ali, it's always a pleasure to see you. We love you.
And we love you too.
Thank you to everybody.
Till next time.
Yes.
Be well. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.